I used to be that type of man who used to have a task in front of him, work on it for about 10 to 30 minutes maximum, and then immediately procrastinate after that because I was more interested in something else than my actual task that I needed to do. From being that guy, I had to make so many changes mentally and also when it comes to my habits to actually now become the guy who I am, who actually is able to focus on his work for more than 4 hours at a time and being truly locked in into my work. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I actually improve my own focus when it comes to being able to work for more than 4 hours behind a laptop and being absolutely focused on what I want to do every single time. And to be honest, it didn't really take that long to change. There was a couple of things I had to realize and I had to change in my life to make this improvement. So I'm going to be showing you today how I did it personally, and maybe it'll help for you. So let's get into the video. First off, I had to clearly identify what my goal was for this deep work block. So when it comes to deep working or when it comes to focusing on your workout outside, it's about basically anything. It's not about focus when it comes to just sitting on your laptop and doing work or whatever type of shit on there to stay focused. Of course, that's part of it. That's a big part of it. It could also be in the gym. It could also be in your relationship. It could also be in school. Especially if you're a teenager, you need to have a lot of things. You probably have a lot of things right now that you need to do every day and stay focused on to get where you want to be in your 20s. So what really helped with me is to actually first off identify, why do I need to focus right now? And what would happen if I didn't? And what would happen if I didn't focus? So first off, if you didn't know already, I post YouTube videos every single day. I post one long form YouTube video every day. So I post daily, which could be really mentally and physically which could be really tasking to be keeping that up every single day. Especially if I want to keep this shit up for a year, it's gonna be a lot of hard work, but I'm gonna have to do it anyways because I want to be somewhere, right? So same thing when it comes to you. If you want to be somewhere, identify where you want to be, identify what you want to be able to do in this deep work block or in this focus period or in this focus session. And why do you need to focus right now instead of not focusing? What would happen if you didn't focus? Most of you, I bet you would probably answer, okay, if I didn't focus, I'm not going to be achieving this task and later on, I'm going to regret it. Yeah, that's a pretty good answer. And the reason why you probably said that is because we only need to focus on shit that is important. If something is not important, you shouldn't focus on it. So if something is important for you to actually go focus in on it, you should probably go focus in on it. So first off, step number one, identify why you want to focus and why you need to focus on this. So let's say it's YouTube videos. Yeah, if I don't focus on today making YouTube videos, I won't be able to post every day. And my goal of posting every day will be destroyed. It will be vanished. I'm not going to be achieving that goal of me posting every day at 8 p.m. I'm not going to be able to get that. I'm not going to be able to succeed in that goal. So this is why I want you to do that, is you got to identify what you want to do and why you want to do it. Then second off, your why has to be very strong. So this is kind of goes hand in hand with the first thing that we talked about. You gotta have a why on everything before you focus in on something. Let's say you want to focus on your computer for about 12 hours straight, which is a long ass time. If you want to be able to do that, your why got to be so strong that you're actually gonna be able to do that. So when it comes to a why, what does that mean? Your why basically means, why am I doing this? Why do I want to achieve this certain goal? If your why is because I want to get better at editing. Let's say you are an editor and you have to edit for 10 hours. I want to become better at editing. That's a pretty good why. The only problem is it's not big enough for you to actually go focus on 10 hours of editing. If you say to yourself, if you change the mindset into thinking, I want to be the best editor in the world, and if I don't become that, my parents die. It is so extreme. Like, I know that is not going to happen. So you also kind of have to convince yourself. But I know that's not going to happen. But that why is so strong that you're going to be focusing on those 10 hours. Because if somebody would held a gun to your mom's head right now and say, if you don't become the best editor in 2025, your mom going to die. You're going to do everything to actually focus in on your editing work. So that's what I want you to do. Make your why so strong that you don't even want to skip this task, that you don't even want to skip this work, that you don't even not want to focus. So as soon as you have that why and you have created it super, super strong, now you want to get into actually the habits of a person who is able to focus for a long time. First off, bonus tip, I want you to stop saying that you're bad at focusing, because a lot of you have been putting labels on yourself that are absolutely incorrect. Me, I've been doing the same thing. As of recent, even yesterday, I did this to myself. I said to myself, I don't like reading, because truly, I don't really enjoy reading most of the time. But I put this label on myself that prevents me from reading a book. I haven't read a lot of books, maybe like 2 I've really completely finished. When it comes to my habits and what I've been doing and what type of choices I've been making for myself, the reading part isn't that good because of it. But why did I put that label on myself? Telling myself, basically believing myself into that I can't read, or I'm bad at reading, or I'm not the type of person to read. Listen, I can read totally fine. The only problem is I just haven't taken the real action to read a lot of times and to read for hours at a time. I haven't done that. So what is the reason why I put that label on me? It's because I believe it now. The only problem is that your actions and your habits are going to follow your belief. So if you believe that you can't focus for 4 hours straight, you're probably not going to be able to focus for 4 hours straight because you have just told yourself that you can't do that. If you change the mindset into thinking, I can focus for 4 hours straight whenever I want to, you start saying that shit every single day to yourself and stop putting a label on yourself that you can't. What you start finding out is that, yo, look, I can focus right now for 4 hours straight on making YouTube videos and editing them after without me having a problem with it, because I have now put a different type of label on myself, basically self-belief, and saying to myself, you know what? I can do that. It just needs to take some time to perfect it and to improve on it, but I can do it. I can get 100,000 YouTube subscribers. I just don't have them yet. I can do it though. If I just don't stop, I can do it. So make these beliefs clear in your mind so you can actually get after whatever you need to get after. Then let's get into the first habit that you need to do every single day to be able to improve in your focus when it comes to your work. First off, you need to remove friction from your life as quick as you can. What does friction mean? Friction basically means obstacles. You have created obstacles for yourself on a daily basis, and this is something that you're unaware of, but I'm gonna make you aware of it. Every single day, you make about, I think it was 30,000 decisions on a daily basis. 30,000, that's a lot of micro decisions that you have to make that are gonna be sapping from your brain energy, right? Listen, you're starting off with a certain amount of brain energy at the beginning of the day because you haven't made any decisions yet. But if you have to make 30,000 small micro decisions throughout the day, you're going to be sapped. You're going to be absolutely drained. So what I personally did is removed friction from my life to make less decisions. And when you make less decisions, you can think more clearly and focus on one thing at a time better compared to if you have all types of shit going on in your head. So the first change that I actually made is the night before I planned my entire day. So I knew exactly what to do the moment I woke up. And when it comes to planning my entire day, I literally mean planning my entire day. There was not even a single space in my agenda, in my calendar, empty. There was nothing empty. Everything was scheduled out. From going to work, walking my way back to the bus, that was even scheduled in. That I wouldn't procrastinate in that time. I even had podcast wrote in it. Yo, listen to a podcast while you're going to the bus. In the bus, listen to this podcast. Walking home, as soon as you home, drink water, then go into your 4-hour work block. I had everything scheduled in. I still do this very frequently to this day. Once you start doing that, is you don't need to make decisions. You start to make far less decisions than usual. And what happens when you actually do that is you start to be focused on one thing instead of 30,000 other things. And when you focus on one thing and when you only have one thing to really worry about, that is where your attention goes to. That is where your focus goes to. Now, guess what? Now it becomes easier to focus 4 hours on work compared to not doing anything that I've just explained to you. So that is the change that I've made that drastically improved my focus. Before I wanted to work, I got everything ready that I needed to have in that space of me working, bro. I had my caffeine ready. I had my laptop ready, my outfit that I wanted to work in because, look good, feel good. I had everything basically done for me to go focus on my work. So that's very important, removing friction. So let's get into the next section. And that is basically, for me, the ultimate combination on focusing on your work. And that was this one combination that I've still used every single day to actually be able to focus for a long amount of time was something that I usually don't even want to do. And that is, first of all, a dark room, no phone, early in the morning, headphones with noise canceling, and caffeine. Those 5 things made me lock in on my work every single time. So usually when I grab my laptop and I need to script some videos or I need to edit some videos, I make sure I'm in a room where it's quiet, where I have no light in the room, that's literally dark. Maybe one little lamp in the corner of my room or some shit to see something. I had my headphones on with noise canceling, maybe with some binaural audios in the back, but usually just quiet. And me just focusing and having my coffee in there. And this was usually early in the morning. The reason why early in the morning is because no one distracts you. Everybody's asleep. Everybody is procrastinating on sleeping. Nah, I'm playing, but everybody is just asleep. So basically, you are going to be distraction-less in the morning. And when you have a dark room and the only thing you see is your laptop, you're basically going to be locking in on your laptop because that's the only thing you see. Caffeine, I just have some type of emotion built to it or some type of emotion attached to it. It's like, yo, when I have coffee, it just makes me want to work. When I see work in front of me, I just need coffee to go with it. That's just a normal combination that I'm just used to. So when I drink coffee next to my work, it just makes me want to lock in. And the no phone thing is probably the most important thing. And your phone is probably the biggest distraction out of all the distractions out there. Your phone is literally what is holding you back from doing all of the work. Usually, all of your guys' screen time is like 5 to 10 hours a day. I have drastically improved my screen time over time by just keeping it away from me. Especially when I'm working, I just put it in a different room. I text my girl, I say, yo, I'm gonna put my phone away. I'll text you when I'm fully done. Put it away, turn off the sounds, no notification, and I just leave it there. And then I go lock in on my work. And I basically force myself to work. And then guess what? When you try to look for your phone, it's not fucking there. So you can't procrastinate on it. You can't scroll on your phone. You can't do some dumb shit on it. That is just what you need to do. Get rid of that fucking phone, bro. What you got to understand about focus is that focus is about saying no to shit around you compared to saying yes to your work. You need to actually have one goal in front of you, which is your work, and you need to be able to say no to everything around that. Once you start doing that, you start noticing that, yo, look, everything that I just said no to has been eliminated from the one thing that I need to say yes to, and that is my work. So focus is not about saying yes to the right type of productivity and the right type of routine, the right type of morning routine, the right type of food, drink, hacks, this and that, cheat codes. No, it's literally about saying no to everything that is not your work. Everything that is not your focus, you just say no to it. That is what focus is. Focus means to kill off anything around your main objective, and that is work. If this video helped you, hey, join the Bars Only Academy, a group full of men trying to improve their lives every single day with fitness, self-improvement, and choosing themselves. I want to see you in there, and I hopefully see you soon.